What's up, everybody? So I'm doing a little documentary piece on Hoover Dam and Lake Mead, and I spent a good hour and a half today just looking at stats and figures, and it doesn't look good. So come see Vegas before it dries up. That's the main message of this video. How long will that take? I don't know, maybe a few years, unless something can be done. But until politicians and lawmakers can stop fighting over other things that don't matter, who knows what's going to happen. But we'll have that in the video. My name is Steven, by the way. I'm not living in Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I'm trying to become a documentarian and a short filmmaker. I'm doing my very best at that. But in the meantime, in the in-between time, in the interim time, I'll come out here and I stream. This is my 42nd, how do I say that in Spanish? El 42ndo. This is my El 42ndo live stream in a row, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm blessed to be here with you. They're advertising Chris Angel's Mystica. Man, if you could pick a name that you don't know what it is, that's a good name. Nobody knows what that is. Charles says, I was beginning to wonder. Yeah, what a dick. He is late by 2 minutes. Son of a gun. Anyways, I'm out here. You're out here. Sharon's here. Mark's here. Major Davis is here. Amanda Brothwell is here. Who else is in the house? Say hi in the chats if you guys want to. I know, right? 2 minutes late. Crazy, isn't it? What else is always late? Things that always start late. I don't know. Hockey games, football games, they always start a few minutes late. Take a night off. Are you kidding me? No. Mike Wright is here. Matt is here. Diana Ioris is here. Crazy 42. That's nice. Yolanda Gibson is in the house. Sue Sinclair is here from Lincoln, California. I didn't know there was such a place. All is forgiven. Proceed. Thanks. PDX Dave is in the house too. When we get to 100, we're gonna go. Does anybody want to guess where I am right now? I'm at a casino in Vegas. I guess you can look at the floor. Maybe that'll give you an idea of where I'm at. It's really tough. This is an ambiguous one. Filipinos are always late. My wife is the most on-time person in the world, dude. She rejects Filipino time, island time. You know, that's what it is. Bernadette Lone Fire is here. We will catch a Raiders game when I get back. Okay. Oh, Master Chef. I didn't see you changed your icon. Nice to see you, buddy. Not Bellagio, but the inlaid. It's a good quest. That's a good idea. Eddie tonight, I'm liking it. Eddie? Edgy. Oh, edgy. Whatever. Hey, Charles. Nice to see you. I met you in real life a few times, right? Pete Ferraro's here. Hi from Co. All right. Odessa, Texas is in the house. All my exes don't come from Texas. I've never been to Texas. I don't think I have an ex from there. Big party for number 100. No, I'm actually in front of the Palazzo and the Venetian or whatever this is. There it is. It's not the Plaza. This place is a lot nicer than the Plaza. Not to say the Plaza is a bad hotel by any means, but this is Palazzo, and that is the Treasure Island, the Treasure Island. And I am going to go, and we're going to go and explore this area because we can, and we will. And if there's a will, there's a way. Steve and I went to Heart Attack Grill today. I got spanked, and I didn't finish dessert. Well, there you go, buddy. Did you enjoy it? And if you did, then you might have some Freudian issues to examine. Travelodge, yeah. Man, the Travelodge in Vegas is huge. Lawton, Oklahoma is here. Yeah, so it's actually a really nice night out here in Vegas. It's a little windy, so I have my microphone in. And yeah. So I plotted, and so here's some stats and figures that I learned for the video that I'm working on. Well, Francisco, that's a good question. So here's some stats and some figures that I learned today. So in 1935, they started filling up the Hoover Dam, the Lake Mead with the Hoover Dam being constructed. And at the end of 1935, the elevation of the lake was 800 feet. And by the end of 1937-38, the lake was up to about 900 feet. Now at its peak, Lake Mead, at its peak was 1,225 feet in 1983. And it actually held 1,200 feet for brief periods in the 80s and the late 90s. And now the lake, when I was there on the 3rd of 47 feet. Now, one thing about it is this, okay? when the lake was in 1935, there's about 7 million people between California, Nevada, and Arizona, all combined. As of 2020, there is 49 million people. So 49 million people are being negatively affected by all this. I've also learned that I really love California. I learned that by visiting California and meeting lots of nice people there. But what I learned was that California is doing not very much to impose water restrictions compared to Nevada. Nevada has, over the last 15 years, done far, far more. Obviously, we live with it a little bit. Lots of wet, rainy parts of Northern California compared to Nevada, which only has the Sierras in the northwest part of the state. But it looks like California could be doing more, and hopefully they will. It's not to vilify Californians, but our lawmakers and politicians haven't done much either. This video I'm doing is the hardest thing I've ever done, and I really hope it pans out, that people like it, because if they don't, I'm going to crawl up in a ball and cry for hours if I don't get like 100,000 views on it. But it's up to the market. If I make good content, the market will react. Can the lake fill back up, Dominic? Well, so the lake is fed by the Las Vegas Wash, which is the spring that's below us, and it's recycled water from the city. So these properties, like for example right here, you see some water out here. This is recycled water, meaning that the water can go back into Lake Mead after it's cleaned. It's also filled by the Colorado River and some other areas, but there's just not enough to go around. So think about it. I'm trying to form an analogy in my head that would work. I gotta be honest, since I hurt my arm on Saturday, I've been kind of depressed the last few days, but I'm pushing forward on the work. So my brain might not be firing off its neurons as fast as it could. So let me think about it this way. Imagine that you have a bathtub that holds, I don't know what a bathtub holds. Imagine you have a 50-gallon container. 50 gallons, that's what they put, 50-gallon drums. And your mission is to keep the 50-gallon drum container full all the time. And you have guests coming into your house, and the guests are drinking out of the container. And at first you have 7 guests at your house, and then you have 10 guests. And you're just frantically trying to refill the container to keep it to the same level all the time. And eventually, we have 7 million people, 30 million, 20 million people, 30 million people, 50 million people. And the quest is to always keep Lake Mead at a certain level, because if it drops to too low of a level, then the intake valves stop working and it stops pumping water and it stops making hydroelectricity, and then there's brownouts, and then the power grid fails, and then when that fails, downstream, not literal stream of water, but downstream we have a cataclysm of events that could happen. So I think there's some solutions by smarter people than me and you and everybody else here. Well, maybe one of you guys is smarter than everybody else. But, we're going to have to work on them. But for the record, I have not watched a single video by any other Las Vegas YouTuber on the lake situation. I do not know what they're doing. I just know what Steven's doing, because what they eat doesn't make me go to the bathroom, so to speak, right? So I don't live off of what they do. So there you go. Anyways, nice to see you guys today. We're on the Strip. Let's go to Flippy View camera because we have nice out that. And let's go explore the front of the Venetian. This is the Palazzo. The front of the Venetian is fantastic this time of the day. I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you might be, or a great evening, great time in your life. Arcade with over 80 games is to open on the Las Vegas Strip. Isn't that cool? I think that as we get generationally into it, people like me grow up, people that grew up on games grow up, and I think that there is a place for that in Vegas. I think it's a place that you could monetize the hell out of, sell overpriced drinks, make it into an experience, so to speak. And so I expect to see more of that. 18 to go to Warren Die, but you can't walk down Fremont. Yeah. Well, we don't know if they're going to pass that curfew, but turning Fremont Street into an adult playground I have to look into it. Steve D sent me the video. Can you check bubble crap minimums in Casino Royale? Yeah, sure. I'm in California. We don't have any water either. Well, that's true, MG. But it's like being diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and quitting smoking. Buddy, we told you about this the first time you had a nasty bout of emphysema. We told you need to stop smoking, and you didn't stop smoking, and now you have stage 4 cancer. I'm not saying it's a terminal situation. However, again, going back to it, when Nevada can do so much to protect the water that's there, but everybody else is just drinking out of it, you know? Imagine that same dinner party and you put everybody on notice. Hey guys, look, we're running out of, it's not a dinner party anymore. Let's say it's like the end of the world. You're marooned. Hey guys, we're running out of potable water. And then one person just keeps drinking a gallon a day. You're like, buddy, stop drinking a gallon of water a day. We've all cut back. Why can't you do the same? That's the situation. Look at how beautiful. In Italian, I don't know any Italian. That's how I would sing opera. Oh, geez. What's the solution, Yolanda? I don't know. I mean, desalinization, but I have to look into that. I'm researching as I go. Did you know that there are water ETFs you can invest in? Makes sense. Did I get the toy put together? No, I didn't. This guy's not Italian. But he's wearing a compression wrap on his arm. I hope he's okay. Anyways, these are the boats. There's such a history here, if you have not heard it before, upon building this place. Sheldon Adelson, rest in peace, his wife wanted to build it. They loved Venice, and they took, you know, digital cameras over to Italy and got the best looking version of the color of the ground, and so they built all the canals and painted them, and the colors were wrong, so they drained all the canals and repainted them. Stephen, what's that glass building right next to the Virgin Hotel? Is it another hotel? Glass building right next to the Virgin Hotel. Is it another hotel? Glass building right next to the Virgin Hotel. You might be thinking about the closed, there was a closed building down there. It's owned by the Siegel Group. I think that's exactly what you're talking about. It's not open, but it kind of looks like a silver office tower that's over on Paradise. I haven't been in that area for, well, since before Caroline left, so I'm trying to think of it. So if you drive past it, I think it's just basically fenced in, and it says, you know, future home of Siegel Suites or something like that. The Siegel Group owns it. How far is the drive from the Strip to Lake Mead? It's about, I'd say 35 to 40 minutes, depending on, you know, which way you go and how fast and the traffic. My room faces Tropicana Avenue towards Unlove and the airport. Tennessee has the same setup as Nevada does. I think we use 3 states for about 14 dams, and it's called TVA. We use 7 states, man. There's the compact that they signed in 1922 is 7 states. Tony, love the fireworks video. Did you record the video at the same time you streamed it? So good question, Tony, and thank you, Tony, and Tony, what do you get? You get Elmo. Yay, Elmo got new shoes. I can't do an Elmo impression. So my streaming software that I use, it will always try to, I have the checkbox flipped. It says save a 1080p version of my stream So it's constantly caching it. So it does that on every stream. I should be saving them and dumping them to my computer, but good old Apple with their stupid ass lightning port, it takes forever to send a 5 gigabyte file to your computer, and it's just a pain. Where's that mansion supposed to be torn down? Oh, we showed you that mansion a few weeks ago. That's right over near downtown. Bernadette Lone Fire, on a happier note, thank you, Stephen. And I and my cats always look forward to these vlogs. Thank you so much. You get Luna, the Filipino cat that's an adult cat that looks totally like a kitten because they don't have good nourishment in the Philippines. Thank you, Bernadette. Appreciate you. Choo in the Strip and stuff. How's it going, Sunny Boy? Sunny Boy. Thanks, Mayhem. Nice to see you here. Oh, I see. It's like Mayhem. Sounds like a WWE name. I am Mayhem. Gotta love the fountains. I hope that I hope the hotels this year get back into the swing of Christmas stuff, because they used to have a big skating rink with fake ice that they put out here, and they haven't done that in the longest time. You know, Harvinder is here. Nice to see you. Harvinger is back from last night. He said last night, he said, I will match all the super chats. I was like, whoa, baby. I was like crossing my fingers. That would have been pretty bomb. But I'm so grateful when I do get a super chat. Bally's Las Vegas announced Wednesday that as part of a rebrand to Horseshoe, they will have they don't have another fire, because then they would have Arcade Fire, but not the good one like the band. Water flowing down from the Pacific, if a canal or pipes could be put in, then the water evaporation could make rain for the area. I think that that's totally a possibility. You couldn't disrupt I'm not smart, okay? I am a high school dropout. I just want y'all to know that, and I admit it, because don't do what I did. Go to school, get some kind of vocation. If you don't get an education in something, get a vocation, like go to trade school. Don't do what I did. But I'm not smart, but here's what I'll say. You couldn't disrupt the ecology of Death Valley that much, right? Death Valley is the way it is. That's why they call it an ecosystem. Everything is carefully balanced, and when Death Valley, just jumping that much water into Death Valley, yes, that would definitely form evaporative clouds that may or may not bear rain in Las Vegas, but you would also overwater a ton of things. For example, nopales, which a lot of people call prickly pear out here. Nopales is the Spanish name. Nopales plants can be, anytime a cactus will be overwatered, it will die. You would destroy cactuses. You would ruin the area. There would be a downstream, to use the same term, there would be an effect, a butterfly effect, if you will, that would involve certain types of animal species going extinct if that happened, or leaving the area, or dying and being diminished. So there would be a whole bunch of issues if you did that. There's, in Saudi Arabia, in the United Arab Emirates, they shoot a special type of chemicals into the cloud that causes massive rainfalls. There's a possibility there, but again, you'd have to localize it over Lake Mead, because you couldn't drench Las Vegas with that kind of rain for long. The Salton Sea died. It's a dead sea. Again, human beings, ain't we a bitch? We tend to do that kind of stuff. What's up, AE? Cloud seeding, they use like advanced cloud seeding. But then, again, God created the heavens and the earth. A lot of y'all don't believe that, and that's fine. But I'll pray for you. But if He created everything, playing God to a certain extent is okay. But when we get it out of control, that's when we cause issues for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? I quit the 11th grade and started Chattanooga State and took heating and air conditioning. Bill Vick is probably crushing it. So many people that do trades do well. If you're enterprising, Steven, I feel terrible and I have to come clean. While your stream was on last night, it made me want to gamble. I started online gambling and lost a lot. Oh, don't worry about it, Harvinger. I hope you win your money back. If you're in India, do they allow online gaming? Oh, don't tell me. I don't want to know. It's not my business. River King Poker's in his house. Nice to see you, buddy. Oh yeah, I forgot my super special link that I put up in the corner. If you guys want to donate, you can use that one in the upper part right here. Doesn't require a PayPal account. You can use any debit or credit card. The slots were super tight today. I saw a lady throw in $1,200 on a machine and win a bonus of $3.90. Playing God will cause problems because humans have no self-control. Yeah. Give us an inch, we take a kilometer. Figure that out for your metric to standard conversion. There's a guy that made a machine that can create water from air, and then someone is trying to destroy it. I've heard that one. Did you hear about the car that runs on water? Actually, that's one from the 80s, but they do have cars that run on water, so go figure. So, do I believe in climate change? Of course I do. Do I believe we only have 10 years left, like some people say? No, I don't. But of course we change the climate. Of course we change. That's a ridiculous thing. When a volcano erupts excessively, it changes the climate, and human beings change the climate. It's the way it works, bro. Forget water. How about veg ass? Let's see the best tush on the street. Jeez. I am not doing. I don't know what to tell you, man. Toyota Mirai runs on hydrogen. Yeah. Hydrogen fuel cells, baby. SD Rob runs on caffeine. We had a request to go into the Casino Royale with cheese and see what the bubble craps were like. Car on YouTube filling tank with water, destroying an engine. No, there's actually, there's hydrogen fuel cells. I don't exactly know how it works. The airflow comes in through the front and passes over some technology, and the hydrogen energy is created and the car goes. You know, that's how it works. What's up there, Charles Jimenez, aka Drunken SL? I can't see the rest of it. My Filipino daughter finished in second place in Taekwondo tournament. Woohoo! All right, Glenn. The Phil Am fam. That's awesome, bro. Tell her congratulations. Ungling Mong Mag Taekwondo. I think I just said you're good at speaking Taekwondo. Speaking, I think I said it wrong. That's good though, Glenn. Sandor says, give it a thumbs up, yo. Crisscross will make you jump, jump. Have I ever seen anybody kicked out of cheating? Where's the bubble craps at? Yep, Arlo, we were just mentioning that. There's the bubble craps. $1 minimum bets. So bubble craps is $1 minimum. Well, that's actually pretty cheap. Pretty cheap. $1, make you holler. You can convert gas-powered cars to hydrogen. I didn't know that. Double deuce slots. Am I the Mac Daddy or the Daddy Mac? I'm just wiggity 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 whack. I'm wiggity 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 whack. Jump. It'll make you jump, jump. There's a roulette table. Jump, jump. What's the minimum on this? This is also $1. This is your best bet for budget gaming anywhere. $500. Start off there, go to there, lose it all. Go home with a story to tell. They don't have any tables here. They just have the electronic doodads and whiz bangs, but that's what it is. For real live tables, we wouldn't be able to show them on camera anyways. See you Fridays there, Frank. Cool. So one thing that I think is crappy is, I'm not going to show this guy's face, but I've seen a lot more homeless people on the strip in the last couple of weeks to month. It's really sucks, like a lot of homeless. And they're just like, some people just sleeping and nobody's trying to move them or help them. And usually the security would be out here, the cops would be out here, but none of that's happening anymore, which is an issue. So I have to do a video on that lately. Oh, back on top, yep. Matthew says the Oyo is streamer friendly. I wouldn't bet on it. It's more like somebody didn't get caught streaming at the Oyo yesterday. That's good. But there's just a lot more of it. I just noticed a lot more of it. But I don't know if that's a consequence or a byproduct of the economy we're in, or I can't say for sure. Something about it doesn't seem right, and I'm going to have to research it. Oh, so Matthew Ross says, I asked security. That's good. Matthew, nice to hear that, buddy. Again, that one person said that. Everything changes from the person you're talking to the person you're talking to. But what I'm saying is, I like people with their entire life in front of them just like post it up on the strip somewhere. It just hurts me. It's gut-wrenching. I can't imagine that. So we have the Panda X It was a Panda Express, and they lost the last third of the. And we have the Chipotle. I don't know. Would you guys eat when you guys come to Vegas? Do you guys eat like chain food? Do you guys eat like fast food restaurants, or do you say no way? No way I'm doing that, because why would I eat fast food in Vegas? I can get Chipotle and Panda X at my full Panda Express even. Or do you just say, look, I know it's good, I know it's clean, I know the food is affordable, and I go for it? Tell me. Steven, do you find it interesting that some of the people on the strip wear hoodies when it's 100 degrees out? Maybe they're cold or something, but wearing a hoodie in the heat is strange. I think it's ridiculous. I don't know why they do it. I know some people wear things solely for fashion. It's largely a cultural thing, but I don't think that that's something that I would ever do. Con Am says White Castle. It's me, Valdo says Panda is good eating. You eat pandas? You monster. You just passed Travel Ruby. Oh, okay. Nah, Ryan, I don't pop in on other people's streams. I got myself in trouble doing that one time. Matt likes local restaurants. Loving the stream, my brother. Mitch Larson says, Can you head down to Bally's and find Phil Ivey? Oh man, kind of nuts, huh? That would be really cool. It's a dry heat, and I'm always told it's never hot. Well, they're lying to you. That's all I can tell you. But I don't know. I don't think it's fair to say that somebody is concealing doing anything nefarious just because they're wearing a hoodie. Maybe they just, maybe they're world famous poker players, you know? Bally's, two things about Bally's. Number one, the signal doesn't work in Bally's. Number two, they tell me to leave every time I go in there. So there you go. Ate at Denny's by the Hard Rock Cafe. Never eat in an Italian restaurant. Batista's. Why not? No, Terry, it's a live video, buddy. 3 cop cars with their lights on flying down Tropicana. Few streamers can handle jokes. The only joke on this stream is the guy with the camera in his hand. Oh! I heard a joke. Oh, I read a joke today. I was trying to make myself smile today because I've been kind of depressed the last few days after I hurt my arm. And it was Stephen Wright. Stephen Wright. You know, deadpan Stephen Wright. He says, I wrote a song the other day. I don't know how to read music, so I don't know how it goes. Sometimes I turn on the radio and I hear a good song and I think, that's a pretty good song. Is that the song that I wrote? Yep, they're all on the what now? Alameda. Okay, we're talking about something else. Did you hear Jordan Peterson got suspended on Twitter? Yeah. Yep, and he's going to stay suspended on Twitter. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
All right, man.
Good. What's your name?
Richard.
Richard, have I met you before?
No.
Some people come multiple times. That's cool.
I just follow your stream.
Do you want to be on the stream?
I'm good.
No?
Man.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching, Richard. I appreciate you.
You did a good job.
Watches all the time.
Wow. Too much.
Don't let him fall.
Too much. He watches too much.
Not all the time. He
Well, it's okay.
He watches enough that he sees what's going on in Vegas. And
That's cool.
yeah.
There you go, man.
You're really good, so.
I appreciate you guys. Are you having fun so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been good.
That's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys.
no problem.
You guys have a great one, okay?
Yeah, you too.
Thanks, guys. Somebody asked where the super chats are at. I'm not sure. We had some generosity earlier, and I'm super blessed for that. But we're out here, and we're showing you guys the amazingness of the beautifulness of the Las Vegas strippiness. Plenty of super thanks. Yes, we have super thanks and super chats and super gnats. You don't want to deal with the super gnats. They get into your house, you'll never get rid of them. Spray them with all the bug spray, they just laugh at you while they gnash your face. Just stayed at the Mirage last month, love it, great location. Tom Brokaw is here at the Venetian. I'm Tom, how's Tom Brokaw? I'm Tom Brokaw. I'm here at the Venetian Hotel. Tom Brokaw. Have I seen the new Ahern Hotel? Yeah, I drove past it all the time, Lonnie. There you go. What about Adele? Adele is a female singer. She's a British songstress. She sings Rolling Through the Deep. She was also on a James Bond movie. Adele was slated to perform in Las Vegas until she went crazy and then made for not performing. Now she might be back this year, but nobody knows for sure. Don Lemon? You mean this why would why? Okay. It's not because he's Don Lemon or because he's CNN, but why would Don Lemon or Tucker Carlson or any news broadcaster come to Vegas? What would they be doing here? I don't know if Tom Brokaw's still alive, but I'm Tom Brokaw. Talk very serious about the news. You got to be serious if you're a news broadcaster nowadays. Right? No, you don't? Let's see. Have you seen the new Beavis and Butthead movie? Yeah, it's fantastic. Actually, like in terms of how pacing and comedy and pacing and storytelling, and I'd say the new Beavis and Butthead movie is one of the best movies you can actually watch this year. Where is this at? Oh, this has to be at the Madame Tussauds. I didn't know there was a hangover bar experience. Are you serious? Is that, it's gotta be because there's Elvis Presley in the corner right there. So that's pretty cool. I would love to do that. Peter Jennings passed, yeah, he passed some years ago. No, she is Adele is performing in London. And then she say, "Roy, everybody, I'm gonna be back in America soon, mate," or something. That's a terrible British accent. She said she's gonna go back to the States. She's waiting on one piece of equipment. Come on, you're Adele. You know, you have $1 billion of music and casino industry behind you combined. What's the schedule for the volcano? The volcano show erupts daily at 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we got 27 minutes that all these folks are going to stand out here. 27, you know what you can do in 27 minutes? You can go over to the Venetian and check out the gondolas. You can go over to the White Castle and eat a White Castle, and then you ate White Castle. So yeah, we're not gonna wait out here 27 minutes. Although that would be like the easiest stream in the world. I'll just set my camera down and talk for 27 minutes, so everybody will leave, because ain't nobody came to see that. This Denny's though, you know, when the Denny's reopened, they renovated the Denny's. I really like the neon fork, I want to say. I can open a Kinder Egg. Oh, I can't. Oh, don't even get me started. I was so mad at that Kinder Egg last night, man. I was going to put it in my mouth and choke on it just to say I did. But when this Denny's open, you know, they're like, oh, okay, we got the best views on the strip of the Mirage Volcano. And all that's going away pretty soon. I mean, I really miss the volcano. I really do. It's not gone yet, but it will be eventually. I miss Paul Rotter Super Chat. I am a terrible host. Hold on. Paul Rotter Super Chatter. Thank you, Paul Rotter. That's super nice of you. Paul Rotter, what do I have for you today in my camaraderie of... I have to get some new GIF files. I'm going to give you Freddie Mercury giving you that weird wink eye. Freddie giving me the wink eye. Tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I sing too high, so I try to sing lower and then I sound off key. And the world will turn us inside out, yeah. Floating around in ecstasy. That's a great song. Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. Go listen to it. Not now, but later. The Stones should compete with the Mirage Beatles. The Stones can't compete with the Beatles. I mean, technically they win because they're still alive, with the exception of the drummer, rest in peace, but they don't compete with the Beatles in terms of iconic songs. I'm sorry, I really think the Stones are a good band, but developmentally, the Stones did not move like the Beatles did. You got to think about this. The Beatles started singing out, you know, "She Loves You," yeah, yeah, yeah. By the time that their last album came out, they were covering complex songs like drug use and battling addictions and breaking up with their significant others and themselves breaking up with themselves. So I think the Beatles covered a lot more experimental music as well. I'm not going to bore you with this, but you know, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band was recorded on 8 tracks for the first time ever. Nobody had ever done that before. I believe it was 8 tracks, and you know, and it was a concept album before there was such a thing, and that led the way. That led the way for lots of different groups like Pink Floyd to make concept albums, and you know, even like Kanye West did concept. It all stemmed from the Beatles. Anyway, okay, what's the best gym in Vegas? EOS Fitness is a good deal. $9.99 a month for the basic. If you want to use any of the clubs, it's $20 a month. They have a lot of good. It's a really well fleshed out gym. Steven, do you agree today was hot, hot, hot? Nothing like next week. I didn't leave my house today at all, not once. I sat and sulked in my sulkiness and worked and pecked away on my Lake Mead video all day long. So I didn't leave my house today, so I don't know if it was hot, but it's not really hot today. It's not hot right now. Actually, truth be told, like 110 isn't that hot when you get used to it. Terry Calder, I sing too high as well, so I stopped smoking. Hey, before I get into the shower, Terry, who's singing to you? It's going to be Katy Perry. Come on, Katy, bounce up and down. I knew you wanted to, Katy. Thank you so much, Katy Perry. BF right now, it's 95 degrees. Tomorrow will be 102. What's the forecast looking like? Looks like next week we're getting up to 109 every day for like a week in a row. No biggie. It was windy today, but it's not windy now. Did the Yankees really beat somebody 16-0? Who are they playing? Bishop Gorman High School? Get it? Because that's a high school in Las Vegas. Are you going to be there next week? Oh wait, that's me. You guys have to understand too, when you guys throw out the temperature, when you're not in Las Vegas, it's just giving you the temperature at McCarran, but every part of the city is a little bit different. Summerlin is always going to be 2 to 4 degrees cooler than here, and you know, Henderson is going to be hotter than most places. Boulder City is going to be hotter than that. Lake Mead is going to be hotter than anywhere else in the area. You move down further south to Laughlin, that's hotter than it is here. Any trips to Cali? I'm not going anywhere, buddy. Ruby across the street traveling. Why are we talking about other? Guys, go watch her. If you love Travel Ruby, go watch Travel Ruby, okay? Stop advertising other people. I hope you never do that. Please don't go into other channels and talk about how not leaving Las Vegas is at the thing, because I want them to make their money and their super chats. I want them to get their likes. I want them to get their shares. I don't need you to do that for me. So go watch her. She's a great channel, much bigger than me, much better. Jeez Louise. Buffalo, New York is 68 degrees. That sounds so nice. It's perfect weather to make a fire, sit outside. That sounds really cool. I love Fresca, Mike. Maybe I'll buy some Fresca on the way home if the store's still open. So we're gonna walk towards the Treasure Island and look at the beautifulness outside of there too. Apparently you should, Harvinger. Everybody's here is telling me an update of what she's doing. Yeah. Go into the Louis Vuitton. Tell everybody about the specials over across the street at the Chanel store. See how long you stay there. How long before the water dries up? From Tirana. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, it's probably, I mean, truthfully, 30 years maybe. Like, if nothing happened, it's probably a good 30 years until the water completely dries up. They're using terms like dead pool and mega drought over at Lake Mead, and these are truthful terms. They really exist, but yeah, it's still far away from that. Still far away from that. And there's nothing wrong, nothing wrong with us worrying about it now, but my big question is why nobody was worried about the water in Lake Mead 20 years ago, Well, because 20 years ago we didn't have to worry about the water in Lake Mead because it can never go away. Things are infinite, right? A lot of you guys understand. Where are they going to get more water from? That's the question. So, any place to fish in Vegas, Lake Mead. There are actually, I think, 12 species of fish in Lake Mead. Everything like pike, giant catfish. The catfish are kind of dopey and dumb though because they're so trained to eat what humans feed them, it's ridiculous. I heard Vegas is drought proof. There's no third source of water, buddy. This is it. When the water dries up, the U.S. will take over Canada. Mike, I've actually had this theory before, and yes, you could fight a war over water. Truthfully, you could. Deserts are so sustainable. Yeah. You can fish for dead bodies in Lake Mead. This is true too, which is very crazy. I feel for the next invention will be an efficient way of converting salt water. They have desalinization. I just don't understand why nobody's talking about it. But anyways, you know. So Arlo, the catfish at Lake Mead, they will put their heads right out of the water to get the food. They're so well trained. It's kind of creepy. I have some video I took the other day of that. And they follow you around. So if you're walking on the dock by where the boats are, and you walk and you're the only human being, they follow you around. They're just, it's so Pavlovian. It's kind of to the point where you're like, okay, I want to leave these fish. They look like they will feast on my body if I fall in. Steven, I'm coming back the first week of October. Cool, man. Have a good birthday in October, buddy. You're going to be 24 or 25, Matthew. So we got all these folks out here. The Win, I like them too. I like Win. We're going to go over there right now. Man, I should have probably thought this out a little bit better. Oh, I'm crossing the whole entire stream like a salmon. July and August, hottest months of the year around Vegas. Always 90 degrees at 2 a.m. Yeah, it's really warm. Moving there this weekend, Brent. Woohoo! Brent's coming into town, buddy. Well, I hope your next chapter in your life in Vegas is super successful, brother, man. I love coming to Vegas in January when it's cold, Stacy Wee says. It's a good month to come as long as you're not coming around the Consumer Electronics Show. Am I going to start a GoFundMe for the arm? Nope. That would probably ruin my channel. I see all the way from Texas. Woohoo, Texas, baby. I love Texas, man. Ride your scooter lately? Not in the last few days. I was riding it everywhere last week. I have 2 scooters now. I have 2 of them. Turbo Ant, a company that makes e-scooters, they sent me a scooter last year. I've been riding that one, and then I have the new one that I have to take down into Boulder City and do a review on it in Boulder City. Now, the new one has like less battery range, but it's a little bit lighter. It's kind of like a mini version. Xavier will be here soon. Cool. I just got back home from Vegas. Can't wait to come back already. Yeah, it grows on you, Jody. The power bills are the best part of living there. The best part? It really depends. What I recommend anybody do is, you know, I think you can call NV Energy and you can ask them, hey, what are the power bills on this place like before you move in? Because it can get pretty gnarly in the summertime, but in the wintertime, you're not going to have those electric bills. Steven, I kind of felt bad. I brought up the Kinder Surprise. I saw that you sent me that, Calvin. Thank you so much. I tried emailing you, but for some reason, it bounced back on me. I'll try it again tonight, Calvin. Calvin sent a super chat to the link above for the Kinder Egg last night because I had to end up buying it. He was asking if they have them. And then I opened one up, which is not a big deal because opening them doesn't mean that you've ruined them. But then I dropped it on the ground and it burst open, so I felt like obligated to buy it. What part of Vegas do you live? I live in the greater Las Vegas metropolitan area. What time is the pirate show? The pirate show is in approximately 2006, 2007 when they stopped the pirate show. I'll be in Vegas next month from Australia, and I hope to run into you on the strip. Mike Nita says, I love Australians, man. I tell you, you could go to any place in the world, no matter how crazy or hectic or weird or desolate or built up it is, no matter how different it is, and you're gonna run into an Australian with like a beer in their hand and a straw hat going, "It's all good, mate. Come on, let's go party." And you're like, dude, Australians are the most adventuresome, badass people. Super nice folks. Love Aussies. Canadians and Australians get along really well because my grandma's on your money, just like Canadian money. And we spell color with a U. We see Z at the end of the alphabet. It all makes sense to us. Did I ever notice it's an XRP? No, I didn't notice that. Man, I gotta get with you on that stuff, Mike. Not looking good on everything. I'm gonna have to have a conversation about that. I missed your call today, but Pirate Show moved to the new stadium. Yeah, right. Raider Nation, baby. How did the sweet stuff? I didn't eat it. I actually didn't do anything with it. I threw away the sweet stuff. I'm trying to not eat junk food, but you know. Australians are from Austria. Now you're throwing out the references to Dumb and Dumber from Austria. Says, where are you from? Austria. Oh, Austria. Throw another shrimp on the barbie. She's like, let's not. Man, oh man, my childhood. SJL says, Canadians are cool. Yes, because it's cold all the time. How's my bicep? It's fine. It doesn't, every day it hurts a little less. I'll have to get some kind of surgery on it. I'm waiting for a bunch of things to happen. I'll probably have to make a Patreon video to explain more to you guys. I don't share the most personal stuff out here. Where do Austrians come from? I don't know. Not a bunch of traffic. Jesse G is in North Las Vegas. Matthew Ross's ex is Canadian. Uh-oh. Where's she from, Matthew? Not a ton of traffic tonight. I mean, look, it's that... Oh, Dimitri Martin is playing over at the Wynn. I was just watching a little video he did today. He was using Dimitri Martin. Yeah, okay, yeah, we get it. Yep, you have a Hemi and you took your muffler off. Thanks, bud. Dimitri Martin, he was on cracked.com. There was like the 13 best jokes on cracked.com on the website. And they had a Dimitri Martin joke. It's on the front page. You can go look it up if you want. Dimitri Martin was telling a joke based on LBGTQ, which if he told it now would get him canceled. I couldn't believe it. NHL schedule came out today. Did it, Frank? They're doing the draft in Montreal, aren't they? In Montreal. It wasn't a hot rod, that's the thing. It was just like a modern day Charger with some modification into the engine. Where do you go for a vacation? Canada? No, Robert. I haven't had a proper vacation in a long time. We went to California, but ended up driving and working. It was a working trip. If I was going to go for a vacation, it'd be to the Philippines. Besides Philippines, if you got a free trip to a foreign country, what country would I go to? Whoa! Miss SW just did $5 to the link above. Thank you so much, SW. We're going to have Bruno Mars for you. $5 will make Bruno Mars holler about 24 karat magic in the air. Thank you so much, SW. I don't want to say your names when you donate on PayPal because a lot of you use pseudonyms here on the YouTubes. If I got a free trip, where would I go? I don't know. I just got to think about that for a minute. I've always wanted to go to Brazil. I think Brazil would be a beautiful country to visit. Lots of photographic potential, but probably no. If I was going with Caroline, we'd go to Thailand. She's always wanted to go to Thailand, and I think that's a beautiful place too. Thai people are really nice and welcoming and warm, even though Thai language sounds really cutting and angry. They're not. They're just really nice people with a really sharp language, the way it's spoken. Back from Las Vegas, looking more like LA, based in the Mojave Desert, baby. Yep. Douglas Melendez is right behind me. It's a threat. Watch out, I get a lead pull to my cranium. Back home from Vegas. Okay, so we got that and that. Have I ever been to Kelowna? Not sure. I think we've driven through it. You can go to the beach in Thailand. Here's my deal. If I go to a foreign country, There's no way that when I go to a foreign country, I'm going to an Americanized beach. Like, I'm not going to do it. I don't go to the Philippines and go to Boracay. Don't go to Mexico and go to Cancun. Why would I do that? They have those types of resorts all over the United States. I want to go and experience the actual country. I want to go see the actual people and how they live. I want to go see how people get by where they live. So I'm not that interested in going to the resort types of towns. You know, if you go to, for example, if you go to Alberta, Canada, you know what you should do? You should get a car and you should go to like High River and Red Deer and Okotoks. Well, Okotoks is a suburb of Calgary, so never mind. You should go to Head Smashed In Buffalo Jump. Like, these are the places you should visit, because in Alberta, Canada, it's going to give you this idea of the Alberta wheat pool and farms and agriculture and Native First Nations of Canada's people. This happens to be important. They're working on the escalator. So, you know, yeah. But some of you guys will stay on the resort. That's cool. Stay in the resort. I think it's nice to stay in a resort sometimes. Canmore's nice. What's the nicest car you have seen in Vegas? I don't know. I mean, you see a lot of Rolls Royce in town. Technically, they're the nicest, but you see McLarens a lot of the time. You know? I probably wouldn't go to Sao Paulo. I'd probably go to like Brasilia. That's the town that they built in the 1960s as the government headquarters of Brazil. It's a planned place. I learned about that. I remember learning about that in junior high school, which you call middle school in this country. Bentley's fine. My business partner, mentor, ex-boss guy drives a Bentley, convertible Bentley. So we're out here by the Fashion Show Mall. I'm gonna put my camera down for half a jiff too, so I can get some water. I rode in a red stretch limo in Vegas. Sounds cool, man. Uh-oh. Ooh, I don't know how well my mic is picking things up right now. Try not to have it. Any Aston Martins? You don't ship out here, I think, on West Sahara, possibly. Bernadette says, Raider Nation from the Philatina. And you said it, Steven, Raider Nation. Yes, I'm a Raiderette. All right. Thank you so much, Bernadette. I need to get me some Raiders stuff, but for right now, you get to have the office. Raising the Roof, Dwight and Michael Scott. Beats Bears Battlestar Galactica, can I tell you? Let's put this over here. I'm gonna get some water. We're gonna turn my camera around. I'm gonna lose half my audience. You watch. This is a good way to make you go watch that other channel that everybody keeps talking about over and over again. Whoa, look at this. That's some good quality. I just did this here, and this entire chair just came off. This is the cushion. So there's that for you. My next car will be electric for sure. Gas is crazy in Toronto. Well, yeah, but here's the thing about that. Don't Canadians, in most cases, pay like an accelerated rate on electric prices? So, meaning, this is what a Canadian told me. He said that if in Canada you use too much electricity, that your rates start to go up exponentially. Is that true? If that's true, then aren't you gonna basically pay a lot more for your electric bill? I don't know. I'm not sure. This water is terribly warm. I found an unopened bottle of water in my car. So much negative press about LV now, and it's just not so. Is it not so? Look, I'm not here to pull punches and tell you guys that Vegas is the safest utopia on the planet. It certainly isn't. We've had more shootings the last few months. There was a case in June that nobody saw about an Uber driver downtown who was brutally beaten for no reason whatsoever. 53-year-old woman. Why? Oh, I just did this thing with my glasses. It's phantom. You know, the shooting that happened on Fremont Street and the shooting 2 weeks or a week and a half prior to that, or whatever it was, 2-3 weeks ago on Fremont Street. a lot of stuff you never see, unfortunately. Now, it's hard for me to talk about it as a streamer because my job is supposed to be to talk about how great everything is. And it is great here with unfortunately more and more bumps in not greatness. And so somebody's got to do something. But the thing about it is it's societal. It's not Las Vegas. It's not just Vegas. It's Chicago, Los Angeles, New York City, Tulsa, Oklahoma, I'm sure. It's Des Moines, Iowa. It's Helena, Montana. It's everywhere. It's everywhere that's happening. And I'm sure it's happening in other countries too, but we don't hear about it because people like to hate on America nowadays. So it's weird, and I want to do a video about it, and I have this really good idea about it in my head of how to do it, and I have to just sit down and I have to clear out some space in my mind. I have to clear out some space in my writing application, and I have to start writing it because I want to explore it from both sides of the perspective and not just tell you it's one thing or the other, because it's never one thing or the other. That's what makes it difficult. Vegas is a big city with big city problems. It's funny because, my friend Mark and I talk all the time, about how Vegas is becoming like a little version of Los Angeles, California, in a lot of ways, positive and negative, unfortunately. Yeah, so I went to go put my glasses up. If you couldn't live in Vegas but had to live in another U.S. city, where would you choose? It's going to be Pittsburgh. Are you kidding me, Mike? LV is a cool place to see melting pot of different people. This is true. I like to walk in the strip early morning, but lately there are lots of the homeless. This is a problem. This is true. This is beyond petty politics. It is. It's the complete meltdown of a nation. Like I don't understand it. They say that nations last to about 250 years. I certainly hope that this isn't the case. Las Vegas is a big city with big city problems, but it's not a big city. It's really not. There's 2 million people in the metropolitan area, but it's not as big as you think it is. It shouldn't be this difficult to corral and harangue this many people. Let's see here. Why Pittsburgh? Because Mike is a huge Pittsburgh fan. Vegas is becoming Skid Row. Let's see here. Steven. Somebody said something. I missed it. Steven, if I want to do a channel like yours, would you assist or know anyone on assistance setting this up? I do consultations, Matthew, but it's kind of expensive for my time. Oh, I got $10 from PB. P as in Peter, B as in boy. Thank you, PB. I really appreciate you. You get Kermit the Frog. Yay! Man, Kermit needs to go to the gym. He has got no biceps. Thank you so much, PB, to that link above. He did it right up there. The rich have stolen. No. Okay. Anyways. When water is the most important commodity, Canada will be the next superpower. Or America just takes over Canada. We're just sitting and jiving and talking and kind of conversing right now on the Las Vegas Strip. I'm in front of the Fashion Show Mall. It is the week after, 3 days after the 4th of July holiday. Let's see here. Have you done a Red Sox stream? What? No, I don't. Red Rocks. Oh, see, I have contacts. Yeah, we streamed Red Rock last week, actually. Last Wednesday, maybe? CC Ortiz. Hey, Steven, can you do a shout out to my hubby, David Ortiz? Your husband is David Ortiz? Isn't that a super famous athlete? Anyway, CC, thank you so much. Yes, we can do a shout out. Speaking of athletes, we got NBA Jam and boom with the super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. America evolves. That's why we got 500 more years. Okay. Jive talking to BGs about water. Is there a concern? Las Vegas and Lake Mead water supply. Yes, Calvin, absolutely. So the Lake Mead is in constant decline right now, and we're in a 22-year mega drought right now. So I'm making a video about it. I'm trying to get it done today, but then I got caught in the muck on a lot of stuff. It is difficult to manage Vegas when you don't have the managers who take care and keep up with what makes Vegas unique. Vegas is not just this block of buildings, this tourist stretch. That's the thing about this town. Vegas is a place with hospitals and schools and social services and churches and every single thing that you think a city needs, we have it. CC Ortiz, thank you for the juice. So where do we put our resources? That's the big question. I would say that I'm a capitalist, but I would say that big business should be chipping in more to the security and the well-being of what's happening outside of their buildings. It's very easy for them to give me the bums rush or some other streamer because they don't want us in the casinos because of privacy of guests and, oh, look how good and on the ball security is. But when outside the casinos, there's not a constant surveillance, but you're on their property, and that's where the bad stuff generally happens, then we have a whole nother thing to discuss, and we have to discuss about whether or not they're pulling their fair share. A company that posts, collectively companies that post billions of dollars of gaming revenues, not necessarily profits, their profits are far less. What are they really doing to make sure that you're safe while you're here? That's a question that I think that nobody asks. No one can ever point to where the ebbs and flows of society's problems pop up from. I have a pretty good idea, but it's all based on religion, so I won't say that to you. Split in the USA due to poor education. Used to teach civics in high school. Now students have classes in fantasy and sci-fi books, unfortunately. Is traffic a big problem in Las Vegas? Can you bike? Biking here is not practical for several months of the year because it is so hot. But you can bike in Vegas. It's not a very bike-friendly place, unfortunately. Bicyclists have to share the road, for example, on most major streets with thousands and thousands of vehicles and cars. So you could bike here. Some areas like downtown have some bike lanes, and down in Henderson and Boulder City they have them, but not necessarily a biking-friendly place to be, unfortunately. An e-bike might be good. Yeah, they're expensive, but I think that would be great. A few people get arrested. Most of us just probably get thrown off the property. Casinos don't want to arrest people. They would rather kick you off the property and get you out of the property. But again, when you go to the MGM Grand, for example, and you have that walkway that passes over to the New York, and it's dark and there's no lights underneath there, and that's where people are just kind of hanging out, well, idle minds are the devil's plaything, and people do dumb things. It's a very interesting outlook. I would love to hear your take on that topic. All I will say to you right now is that when people have to have faith in something, we are based in a tribal mentality in our brains. Now, when people don't have faith in anything, it's complete chaos for their minds, I think, a lot. Now, you might say, but I'm an atheist. I don't have any faith. Yes, you do. You probably put your faith in a politician, or you put your faith in something. You have faith in gravity. It exists. So, back in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, a higher concentration of people went to church, or temple, or worshipped, or had something. Now, I think that we're replacing faith in God with faith in pop culture and technology and politicians. And I think that that pulls us further apart from a common cause that we used to have. That's all I'm going to say about it. Freaky Friendly Fremont. What's your thoughts on CERN? The Large Hadron Collider could tear a hole in the universe and it could end the world, but I think that we are constantly playing God anyways, so I don't know. What it'll be, will be. Let's see here. Faith by the Weekend. I didn't catch that. Matthew probably want to watch Run later. But anyways, that's all I'm going to say about the religious stuff. I don't want to get people alienated off the stream. Why can't some bloggers get to show them playing while others are stopped and have to turn off? Because I've heard that there's a pay-for-play system. I've heard it from several people. Some of the bloggers have paid into the system and hired, I guess there's like a PR firm that they hire that gets them access into the casino properties. And then there's also a very good chance that those vloggers have to hand over their footage and have the final product of their videos personally vetted by the PR teams at the casinos, which lends a certain, it's a pro and a con if that's what's happening, and I can't say it is. Now, if you want it to be authentic, you would pay your own way for everything, and then you would have an authentic real life experience. And if somebody is compensating you, it can no longer be an authentic real life experience. Now, the pro is that you get to show people in the moment what's going on, and you got people mugging for the camera, photobombing me. You get to show people what's going on, and you get to give them a closer look into the casino experience. But it's not an authentic casino experience, right? Because it's always tainted from the look of the PR department. So there's pros and cons to it. I choose to go against the grain. I was so frustrated yesterday, I reached out to somebody and I said, why is it that I take 40 hours to edit a video and I hope it gets views, and somebody just whips their camera out and gets 127,000 views? And then I realized something. I realized that for me, it's not going to be about instant, and my life has never been instant. My life has never been instant. freedom and instant success. I'm going to have to crawl and claw my way to being successful. So that's okay. If you don't know who Jim Rohn is, Jimrohn, you should go listen to Jim Rohn. He once said that his mentor told him that if you become a millionaire, the point isn't that you became a millionaire. The benefits that you got were the journey that brought you to becoming a millionaire. So you learn so much along the way about yourself and about the process and the craft that you're doing, whatever it might be. Business owner, artist, salesperson, educator, you learn. So anyways, go interview the girls. Hello, everybody. This is the best part of the stream because you can just sit here and watch people and they all want to mug for the camera. Many successful people are 10-year overnight success. Yeah. Money doesn't buy you happiness, but money allows you to help your family and help other people when you can't be there. The chase is often greater than the prize. So, that's how I have to look at things. That's all. And I think that that's a way to resign yourself to it. Nothing is ever easy. Here in Seattle, we have one large group of people looking to buy the second vacation home and another large group looking for a place to pitch the tent. Yeah, that's a weird thing, isn't it? The inequality that's happening in this world. A lot of that, by the way, is because big businesses are buying up large amounts of properties before anybody else can and controlling the market and sitting on them and making cash offers. Oh my God, Bernadette Lonefire, I believe in you, and I think we all believe in you. You got this without selling yourself out or giving up yourself. Thank you so much, Bernadette. I appreciate you. Bernadette is heating me up the last few nights. I'm running out of animated gifts to give her, so I'm going to give her, I don't know, I'm going to give you my oldest school gift, which was Homer Simpson. Woohoo! Homer. I love you, baby. Fish bulb over there, Homer Simpson. All right, so hopefully the powers that be will get it together so they can cater the business clientele correctly. I think they will. I think that you have, I think that there's a hierarchy or a pecking order in Las Vegas for these types of things. And we have some of the casino properties at the very tippy top that are the most luxurious properties that I won't name. And I think that we have other properties that just basically play, to the bottom and trying to play catch up and try to get as much as they can. That's what I think. But when is Caroline coming back? In a long time from now. I don't want to talk about that, but she just texted me photos. She knows I'm on a stream, which is good. Let's see here. Let's get, I guess I'm going to finish up this water. I got half a bottle left, don't I? Money talks, but it don't sing and dance and it don't walk. Snoop Dogg. With a name like that, you probably don't know that I was singing Forever in Blue Jeans by Neil Diamond. I'm so old. Any factory fires? No. You know what? We haven't had any factory fires. There's been this weird phenomena of a ton of fires at different things. It's so strange, like food processing facilities and things that diesel plants and energy production centers, and it's like all of a sudden the entire world is burning. I don't get it, but no, we haven't had anything like that out here. We had a fire a few weeks ago downtown, but it was residential. It displaced a lot of people, unfortunately, but it wasn't like wasn't anything that would affect people with a ripple effect. So we got this like fabulous Freddy's out here, which is open, and it's just this little hole in the wall thing. But oh, look at that, Pablo Escobar. Oh, geez. Speaking of The Simpsons, they have some actually neat T-shirts and stuff in here. How much is a bottle of water, boss?
They're $2.99 or 3 for 6.
3 for 6. That's actually not bad once you calculate it out. But they're the little ones, so. Oh, they're Walmart. Oh my. Hold on, let's do some math. The math boys in the chat. Can we do some math? These are actually great value, so they're Walmart. So what does this cost? So what's a 24 pack of Walmart bottles of water? What's that cost? Like $4? 24 divided by 4? Hold on, let's do like this. What's 24 divided by 4?
It's 6.
6. No. What's 4 divided by 24?
That would be approximately.
So that bottle of water costs 16 cents. And they sell it for $3. The bottle of water costs 16 cents and they sell it for 300 cents. Yes. So 16 cents, right? $4 for 24 of them. And then they 16 cents a piece. And then they sell it for 300 cents. We're in the wrong business, kids. Oh my goodness. It's not 60 cents. It's 16 cents. Yeah, we had a bunch of flight delays from Vegas, which, I mean, I'm surprised that we had any flight delays. There's some things that are generally untouchable. Flight delays in and out of Vegas. You notice how we didn't have any smash and grab robberies and stuff a few years back. Is the fashion show mall closing? No. I mean, for tonight, maybe. It's probably already closed. Do your legs and feet ever get tired? Yes, Mike. I'm exhausted lately, but I'm a little bit depressed. And I won't use cannabis, and I can't drink. So I'm just going through it organically. Steve Wynn should buy Circus and rebuild. Aww. Steve Wynn is out of the casino business. If he ever tries to go back into the casino business, Steve Wynn will be litigated and sued and fined to death. And that's kind of one of the preconditions when Steve Wynn stepped away from his company and eliminated all of his ownership and all of his decision making, was that they weren't going to come at him anymore. And even then, the regulators are still trying to come at him. Just some people that just don't personally like him. I'm almost always delayed flying from Vegas to San Diego. Marlene, I wonder if that's a San Diego thing, and the only reason I say that, and I'm not hating on San Diego, I really like the airport there. It's a nice drive up the coast. We go from Humphreys to North County on there, from Shelter Island. But what I'm wondering, Marlene, is because I remember the few times I flew out of there, Southwest rents their terminal. They don't actually, they rent the terminal for only so many hours. And I remember one day Southwest announcing that they might actually cancel the flight entirely because it was 8 o'clock at night. They only had it till 9, and if the plane wasn't ready, they couldn't fly that day. I don't know if it's a Southwest thing or a Vegas thing. Why do they, branding, baby, just branding. Stephen Share Lake, only 160 grams of protein? It's not a lot. I used to eat like 250 grams of protein, but I didn't need that much. I was doing the bro science thing where you read a bodybuilding forum that you need that much. You don't really. How's Circa doing? Will it surpass the Golden Nugget as best? I think it already does. I really like Circa. It's one of my favorite places, but that's wildly subjective to what you like. So yeah, but I mean, that was my experience. So maybe it was the airline more than the Vegas. I'm not sure. Pay per gate terminal. Well, now we learned something. That's cool. I didn't know that. Oops. No, I don't want to block that person. I'm trying to just hold down so you guys can see this. Can I? Please, there it is. I had to tap to get the white balance correct. Isn't that nice, though? Yeah. Why? Why do they still call it the Win? Because of that right there. That branding right there. That signature. Who owns the Win now? It's still the Win Corporation. He just, Steve Wynn just exited the company and doesn't have anything to do with it anymore. That's all. MLV. Oh, you're new. I don't recognize your face. Wynn has gone downhill after Steve Wynn left. The new room design is atrocious. They scaled back the Lake and Lodge project. That's true, they did. You're right. Canceled, and the expansion in front of the Wynn was left empty. Also, service is horrible in the tower suites. Thank you, MLV. MLV, what do we got for you today? I want to give you Captain Picard giggling in an outtake. Look how happy he is at your super chat, MLV. Thank you. Make it so. But you know what else they're missing, MLV? MLV. Show right here hasn't been running for like 2 months. And so if you don't know, no, brother. Under the water here, there are LED lights that light up, and that music that's playing is dancing fountains that go to the music, never stop. But that hasn't been running for the longest time either. So, you know, this is true. I mean, standards are gone, I guess. Thanks for the juice, MLV. Appreciate you, brother. Or sister. I don't know. Your icon is very small. That's why they don't change it. Because of, come on, can you focus? Oh, I ruined my I ruined my autofocus. But they don't change it because of that logo right there. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have read recently, Macau, China is in a whole world of hurt in their industry. The government's talking about throttling up to 90% of the casino workers. There's COVID restrictions still over there. Kind of nuts. I still really like the Wynn. And they're always doing something in these shops. There's always some kind of new shop opening up at the promenade. So they must be still attracting the high rollers and the people that come out here. They are the only casino with an official nightclub. So they have their official nightclub at the Allegiant. That's the only one. There's your end zone with a DJ. He's got 2 turntables and a microphone. I do like this place. MLV, again, wow. Since Steve Wynn left property, they started to leave a lot to be desired. Something that Steve Wynn had that none of the hotel operators in the Strip had is focusing on the experience. Again, you get to the weekend playing craps. Thank you so much. MLV, boom, shakalaka. Now, I tell you, I've heard stories about the Wynn experience and him as a boss. And so they'd say, for example, let's find something in our immediate. If, for example, this carpet was a little frayed, they'd have to rip up the carpet, fix the carpet, put in a new carpet. That's an example. Or if there was wallpaper that was a little peeled, it wouldn't be sufficient enough to just fix the peel. It would be re-wallpaper. I knew somebody like this. My mother worked for a place in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada called Wayne Wall's Fine Kettle of Fish. And they had full glass jars of Heinz ketchup. And you know how some people are the label pickers? Don't do that, please. Oh my gosh, so annoying. But some people pick labels, and so he would throw entire bottles of ketchup away and just replace them with a brand new one with a perfect label. And it just bugged him. He just wanted everything to be perfect in the restaurant. Wayne Wall passed away years ago, but he had a great seafood place. Prada, look at this over-the-shoulder bag. You don't want to know how much something like this costs. This thing is humongous. Very nice. I bet you it smells really good. Good night, Mr. Mark. Attention to detail. For example, take a look above us. You never do. Nobody ever shows this. Probably show this stuff, but I can appreciate all of this. What is 4,500? Is that my next super chat? Please don't super chat. You can't super chat $4,500 anyways. You'd just be paying the YouTube way too much. Look at, they sell Crocs at Prada now. No, I'm just kidding. They're not Crocs, but it's very interesting. Definitely very interesting, isn't it? We miss Steve Wynn. He'll be back though, building another casino under a new name. Well, they say, hey, what's up, guys? They say he might, consult with this place, but I don't know if that's even true. Because the Wynn would be playing a dangerous game to do that. Yeah, the bag was pretty cool too. What else do we got? Mickey Moto. So if you guys don't know Mickey Moto, they do pearls, perfect pearls. So Mickey Moto pearls are some of the nicest pearls you can get. We have a brand new Louis Vuitton opening up here. It's where when you win the lottery and you're not cultured, you go, I'm going to Louis Vuitton. Get me one of them hand satchels. Steven says to show them the $10,000 cell phone store. It no longer exists. I know the brand you're talking about. It started with a B, I think. there was a company that would take Nokia phones, Samsung phones. They were all global phones. We're talking about slider phones. They were not smartphones. And they had a service where you'd pay $10,000 for a phone, and it was a global phone with a special type of global service provider. Like, it might be AT&T, but it would be available in every country you go to, roaming. And part of how it worked was that if you landed on your private plane in New York City on a Monday, you could press a button and have a concierge in New York City fly. You could press a button, everything up for you. I can't remember. They don't have that one anymore. I think it was Bertu, something like that. Steven has a black. I'm never going to laugh at you. Then I'm going to say congrats on your success in life. You deserve it. If anybody wants to tell you that what you have is overpriced and not worth it, go take a leap. They don't have any right to tell you what you. Who cares what you buy? It's a gross term. I believe groups that did. Nice to meet you, bud. Thanks. So somebody said, MLV said, I believe that Steve Wynn scandals were made by special interest groups that didn't agree with reinvesting his properties. They wanted all the money. They didn't want to continue with his lofty investments. That could be very true, MLV. Could be. You're heating us up with the super chats, so we're going to go, boom, he's on fire. 3 in a row. That's the way it works at NBA Jam. But let's talk about the iPhone. Somebody is really hating on the iPhone in this chat. Listen, I'm not here to tell you what technology to buy, but this is on an iPhone, and there is a huge difference between an iPhone 13, 13 Pro, and 13 Pro Max. And if you're like me and you want to have a nice product that works perfectly for you and never has issues and takes perfect video and perfect photos, and well, then that's what you buy. And there is a reason to buy it. Let's see here. Hey, do you remember that channel I emailed you? Well, they're still making videos about you, and they're making up headlines to make you look bad. Oh, that's okay, Jesus. There's a channel out there that rips everything I say apart. It is what it is. Yeah, I can copyright claim him. If I do that enough, then he loses his channel, but it's hard to copyright claim because they're not using most of my video. MLV is Steve Wynn. Well, if that's the case, then my PayPal link is up there, and it takes any amount, even $10,000. Stephen, what do you think of the Brittany Griner situation that's going on in Russia? Well, if you guys don't know what's happening, Brittany Griner is quite possibly the very best player to ever grace the court in the WNBA basketball league. She went to Russia for something, and she had hemp oil that had THC content that was too high, and now she's in a Russian prison, claimed country, and that's the case. And the president's vowed to get her out of prison or something, and we'll see. She's a political pawn, I think, right now, but if she really did break the law, then that's the problem with the law of the country where you go. So it is unlawful for a person under the age of 21 years to gamble or remain in any gaming area at this establishment where gambling is conducted or alcoholic beverages are sold. Guests under 21 must be accompanied. Chips and tokens issued are property of the Wynn. Federal law prohibits the use of them outside of this establishment, meaning you can't say to somebody, I owe you $500, here's a Wynn chip. Any gaming licensee or any of its officers, employees, or agents who has probable cause for believing that any person has violated any provision of this cheating or in gaming or committed a felony may detain such a person. So if they think you're cheating, they can just detain you. If you have a gambling problem, call this phone number. All weapons, including concealed, are not permitted. Smoking is permitted. The casino area only. All other areas are smoke-free. Marijuana products are prohibited. No pets. Purses, packages, and luggage are subject to inspection. Shoes and shirts are required. So you can't go shoeless or... I wonder if that counts for women wearing bikini tops and what have you. Anyway, that happens sometimes. Political prisoner. Stuck in between two nations. Hopefully she gets out okay. But if she broke the law, you broke the law. It's like America. There's a case where a lady who had a CCW drove over state lines and ended up in prison for a while. Man, what a nice night it is out tonight. I cannot even tell you. They got this music cranked up to 11, but again, there's no more fountain show out here. I wonder why they took it away. Maybe it's under maintenance, but it's made by Wet Designs, the same company that even does the Bellagio's fountain show. Do the crime, you gotta do the time. Why do celebrities think they get special treatment? Well, she might not have thought just because something's not legal something's legal in one country, it doesn't make it illegal or completely legal in another. Every place has their own. But you know, it could be. See, here's where I play devil's advocate on Brittany Griner's side. Hockey players, professional athletes, they'll oftentimes do supplements they buy from a supplement store, like in the mall. They'll go to the fashion show mall and buy it. And they didn't know. They didn't know, but maybe the company put something in there they weren't supposed to put in there. Maybe she used the hemp oil because she's a professional athlete and she'd rather use those than heavy-duty narcotics to help her aches and pains. And maybe the company that provided analysis of what it really contained lied. There's a whole bunch of things that could have happened in this case. Whole bunch of things. Grand Canal Shops. I love the Venetian and the Palazzo. I definitely think you should check it out. While you're in here, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do so. Hit the button and subscribe. If you guys are, oh my gosh, I got $20 from Dion Lewis. Thank you so much. Oh, I used your name. I hope you're not upset, Dion. I usually say DL. I got Bruno Mars for you with that big one. Thank you, DL. Woohoo! If you guys have a product or a service and you guys need a channel to advertise, let me know. I am looking for partnerships on a single or ongoing basis. Send me an email. You guys can do that. Let's sign. Said no one under 19. No one under 21. 21. Anyways, Bieber's been getting better. Hopefully everybody gets better and everybody's on the mend. How does the Wynn compare to the Encore? I think they're both equally nice for what it's worth, but I've never stayed in the rooms at either. Can't say for sure what the room experience is like, but I can say that I like the walkthroughs. I think they're both nice properties. All right, all right, all right. It's funny because when you don't have your health, you'll do anything to get it back. When you do have your health, many of us take it for granted, which is the way our brains work. It's been really nice having you guys on my stream tonight, as always. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I think the Virgin Hotel is doing okay. I don't think it's breaking any records, but I think it's not closed, and that matters the most. But anyways, I want to thank you all for being on my stream tonight. I want to tell you guys that you're the best part of my night when I do these. You're the way I communicate with the world at this point. If you wonder why I've done 42 of them in a row, there's a reason for that. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you guys are in Vegas and you want to meet me, and you're a member of our Patreon, you guys can always make a time with me and I'll be there for you. If you guys want to meet me otherwise, I try to make time for you. But you can always bump into me on a live stream. That'd be good. I love that you guys are a part of my daily life, and I hope that you guys are totally blessed. What's up, man? What's your name?
Marcelo.
Marcelo. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother.
You have a TikTok? You should be a TikToker with that dance.
Yeah, I got TikTok.
What's your TikTok?
It is, let me see, 222 Cello.
222 Cello. Follow him. All right.
222 Cello.
There you go. All right.
What's your TikTok?
Just.Jared, JUS.JERR.
There you go.
I
All right.
had a video go viral the other day, so we good.
Nice.
Keep the likes up, the algorithm.
Good work, guys.
I appreciate it.
All right,
Nice
guys.
meeting you.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Steven.
Steven, nice to meet you.
There you go. Have a good night, guys. Yeah, just keep the faith in whatever you guys are doing. Try hard at it. Maybe you'll see success. I appreciate you guys for being on my stream tonight. Like, share, subscribe, and do all that stuff. If you want to send me a super chat afterwards, you can use this. And it takes any card, and I'll send you an email afterwards. You guys are wonderful. Appreciate you. We got to go. 3, 2, 1. Thanks, guys. Click.